What movie ending ruined the whole movie for you? How it ends. It wasn't altogether a bad film. But that final scene sure made it one. Spielberg version of War of the Worlds. Somehow Robbie is still alive and waiting for them in Boston. Not only did the circumstances make his survival virtually impossible, but his character was so annoying that the twist of him being alive just destroyed all my previous satisfaction in him being deceased. My Sister's Keeper. Especially since I read the book. I very nearly threw my remote at the TV, I was so fucking pissed. The ending of the horror movie 1408 where he dies. The version I saw was way creepier where he lived and they were going through the box of stuff and found the tape recording he had used while in the hotel room and they heard his daughter on the tape. That was a damn good ending. Since a few people have asked. Good ending https. YouTube. BOXSDZLLQEPA. Bad ending https. YouTube. BNIXECXRW04. Downsizing. Great concept that could have been done without the forced love story. There's a shitty little movie called The Secret Village. Kind of a dumb film. But it had a decent build-up. A reporter is sent to a village in order to investigate an odd happening in the village. Over the years, the village had suffered repeated infections of ergot, a fungus that grows on wheat, and while she's there, she uncovers this twisted cult that is in the town. And it gets a neat paranormal slant to it. And as she investigates more and more, the more the cult gets angry and it seems the cult is actually behind the poisonings. And then, only to find out in the end of the goddamn movie, none of that shit ever happened. It turns out ergot can cause psychosis, she hallucinated all the stuff she was investigating. It was just a poor unfortunate village that kept getting poisoned for whatever reason. No ghosts. No cult. Fucking nothing. Fuck that movie. Passengers. It could have been an amazing sci-fi movie where Jennifer Lawrence was forced to make the same decision Star-Lord did. Instead they went happily ever after. Hancock. Loved the premise and seeing Hancock start as this sarcastic, alcoholic, and bitter hero who's hated by everyone turn into an actual hero that people look up to and respect is touching. The PR angle for a superhero movie was interesting and unique. But then all of that is ruined by the lovers. Twist and all of Act 1 and 2 pretty much is thrown out. I'm fine with either the superhero PR angle or the tragic lovers angle. But they're way too different and the latter is introduced too suddenly. Hancock really feels like two separate movies stitched together. Whenever I watch it now I just turn it off after Hancock stops the bank robbers. Perfect ending for that movie. War of the Worlds. The whole family was fine in their house. And the son was there, even though he ran into a war zone. And he was wearing the same clothes. WTF. The consensus of this post seems to be that Will Smith movies are promising but inevitably terrible. Justice League. Fucking Superman gets resurrected and immediately beats the shit out of Steppenwolf. The conflict was just gone. The heroes had no difficulty after he came in. The Circle. Seemed to be a film warning of the dangers of sharing too much online only to do a complete 180 on the message at the end. The very last moment of The Crimes of Grindelwald. Hey, let's upheave tons of established lore in the last 30 seconds. The fuck was that? A simple favor, like it was all mysterious and then some good twists. Then she just gets hit by a car and the moms group is like don't mess with moms. Or some shit? Like WTF. The ending felt like it was meant for a different movie. The ending of Pay It Forward when that idiot kid stabbed Haley Joel Osment. Mortal Engines. Let's fuck up the book's continuity and change the ending for some bullshit enemies hug crap. I'm a massive fan of the books. The one where Nick Cage is an angel and he falls in love with Meg Ryan's character. He becomes human for her then she dies? WTF? I almost threw my TV out of the window, I was so upset. City of Angles? I am horrible with movie names. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I thought it was going to end on a sad and mature ending that you can't save everything, but that stupid girl ruined everything by pressing that button. The Darkest Minds. You can't even make the trailer less romantic only to find out Ruby just like says bye-bye and lets him go? I Am Legend. Stupid test audience approved happy ending. Law-abiding citizen. Damn Jamie Foxx and his ego. Gerard Butler deserved his revenge. I gotta go with The Flying Car in Greece. I thought the last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan was absolutely amazing. But the last 100 minutes or so just completely ruined it for me. Yesterday. The concept had enormous potential. It was just so unique. What if only one person knew about the Beatles? The movie was fun and suspenseful. And then it just fell flat when he confessed to essentially doing nothing wrong. Just felt anticlimactic. I kind of felt the same way about the invention of lying. Similar concept. I was eager to see it. And then I was unimpressed. But I can't actually remember why. The Little Mermaid. Little shit got everything she wanted. I enjoy disaster movies immensely. The plots are usually stupid, and the characters are pretty boring. But the mayhem of the actual disaster scenes are what keep me watching them. That being said, Knowings, with Nicolas Cage, ending was just dumb. It kinda ruined the whole thing for me and I haven't watched it since. Allegiant. I was actually tempted to break my rented DVD in half. Literally everything after like the first 10 minutes was completely made up by Hollywood. The book ending is completely different and so much better. Why does everything have to have a happy ending, Hollywood? Why? Can't we just have a good story with a fitting ending? Edit for those who care to know. Triss dies in the book. She basically becomes Queen of Chicago in the movie. I have so many questions as to why anyone thought that was even a kinda good idea for the end of a series like Divergent. What happened to 4? Christina, Triss's brother? Batman v Superman was pretty weak. Hyped up a big fight throughout the movie which was fizzled out to some other BS. Glass. Someone spoiled the ending for me. Unbreakable is one of my favorite movies. Hancock. I like Titanic but I don't really like how the story ends. You guys seen Platform on Netflix? I feel like the ending was so lazy. Superman. 1978. He reverses time by flying backwards around the Earth. Bridge to Terabithia broke me as a child. No one can watch that movie, read the book more than once. Yeah, I know the author wrote it to help their kid deal with death, but I went into the theater as an 8-year-old expecting a fun fantasy movie and that is not what I got. Rise of Skywalker. I think my soul died a little bit. It literally felt like that episode of South Park where Stan has Asperger's. Let's just make 1,000 Star Destroyers. And give them Death Star lasers. And you know what? Let's make them not know what direction up is. I don't know. Fuck you. Lucy. Holy shit, how I hate that movie. It's a really good concept and movie until the very. It tells the story about a girl that is kidnapped and used as a drug mule for this new drug. But the bag inside her leaks and she gets overdosed. This doesn't kill her though. She's now able to use more than 10% of her brain. Which I know is complete bullshit cause we use 100% of our brain but not at the same time. And gets superpowers. Then for some reason she needs to take more of the drug to reach complete usage of her brain and when she does, she becomes a flash drive. A flash drive. She becomes. Fuck that movie. The Knowing. A cool concept. Crazy catastrophic events are being predicted. Aliens. Freaking aliens. Repo Men. Fuck that. It was all in his head. Nonsense. Wonder Woman. The first 2 acts were really good and then everything fell apart in a terrible final battle sequence. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Screwed me up for a solid week. Rise of Skywalker. Here's how it should have ended. Old lady. What's your name? Rey. I'm Rey. Rey Palpatine. Old lady. Palpatine? That was the name of the guy who committed 2 galaxy-wide genocides. Are you saying you're related to him? Rey. Yes. But bloodlines aren't important. Titanic. Completely ridiculous, a boat that size would sink. Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull. Big bloody spaceship just coming out the ground like that. That whole film was a farce actually. Grease, one of my favorite movies of all time. But they just had to fly into the sky in a convertible. Why? Ready Player One. The guy is the game world every day all day long because his life sucks and that's understandable. The movie ends with him getting the company. And one of the rules he implements is that the game world gets shut of 1 or 2 days every week, after he got a girlfriend. What an unbelievable ass that guy is. He was literally online every single day when his life was crappy. But now that he has a girlfriend he shuts it off so people can enjoy life. You didn't seem to enjoy it in your abuse household earlier in the movie. Gotta say. The Aladdin remake ending. The Disney remakes as a whole don't hold up to the original animation films, but as a huge Aladdin fan I was beyond disappointed to not see a battle between Jafar as a snake and Aladdin. Nobody asked for the giant nameless parrot to chase them through the city. No one. Give me a snake battle. Sharknado 5. Robin Hood. With Russell Crowe. Great movie. Enjoyed it right up until Hood tried to introduce democracy. WTF? ITT. People revealing all the plot holes you missed in movies you previously liked. Grease. I don't need to elaborate. The Titan. Or whatever the fuck it was called on Netflix. It started great if not a little off. It got really interesting. And then just wasted the ending. It's 2 hours I will never get back and the only Netflix thing I've ever downvoted. Life of David Gale. Roger Ebert even gave it 0 stars due to this. The Rise of fucking Skywalker. Why is it called The Rise of Skywalker? If the only remaining Skywalker is dead, they had 3 movies of Kylo Ren's redemption arc. And then killed him as soon as he changes sides. That's just stupid. That one zombie movie when the child that was birthed turns out to be a zombie.